So I'm Stella, and today I wanted to make a Q&A video, and I'm making a coffee first just so that I have something to sip on. You should make one too. My cats are literally trying to steal my whipped cream off my drink right now because they have a serious addiction and are extremely rude and have no manners. Kind of my fault, but you know how it is. My littlest one though, Chip, he's the one who's like, I don't know if you can see him even half the time. He's a baby, but he is so naughty. Anyways, for my coffee, I usually use like the Starbucks medium roast, but tell me why they've been sold out for months. Everywhere I go. Sorry, he's eating my cat. But I'll always use like a medium roast coffee. Lately, I've been using this one. And it's not bad, but I feel like it's definitely a lot stronger, which isn't necessarily the best because I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day, otherwise my anxiety is awful. And then you gotta try the oat milk creamer. I think it was actually Tara Michelle that showed me that creamer, and I was obsessed with it. Gotta put whipped cream on the top. Alright, now that I made my coffee, let's go roll this blunt. Okay, so I kicked my cats out of my room for my sanity, but I just figured that they would be crazy, start a fight, knock some shit over, you know, the usual. But I do have Foxy in here with me, so if you see her from time to time, she's always like right at my side. She's 14, and I've had her literally since, I think, 4th grade. Had her for a long time, but Foxy is completely deaf and has no teeth, and so she just kind of likes to vibe out with me with whatever I'm doing. She's not a fan of my cat. She literally bites them with her no teeth, but it's fine. So I also have 3 cats that are all named after Talladega Nights characters because I am genuinely obsessed with that movie. Well, I'm obsessed with anything that has Will Ferrell in it. I really like any comedy, but yeah, my orange cat is named Ricky Bobby. Of course, he is a menace. He's just like always been grumpy, like that, always. I don't even know how to explain it. But then I have my little baby cat. I call him my baby cat, but he is not the smallest one by far. His name is Cal Naughton Jr., so I had to. It's so adorable. They are like best friends, and just recently I got a 3rd. And tell me why I thought it would be like a great idea to get a 3rd cat. You know, I was hoping that he would be like what I call my baby cat. Like, I thought he would be so sweet and like so cuddly, and that I was just gonna be able to do whatever with him whenever, and he's gonna be like a little stuffed animal. No. He is literally the naughtiest kitten that I've ever had. Like, Ricky, when he was a baby, he was just a menace. He would climb everyone's clothing for no reason. He would jump up on you and like attack you. I don't know if it's the fact that I had no other cats at the time, so like he was basically just crazy and wanted to mess with everyone and like basically play. But this one, I will literally pour him a bowl of food and he'll take a handful and swat it off the table, the whole entire like pile basically. He'll chase it and then eat it, but I don't know what his issue is. He'll constantly run up on you, bite your ankles hard too. It's not like he's just like messing around. I thought that bringing him home, like my 2 cats, would be mean to him because low-key my 2 cats are like, they're like 20 to 25 pound cats for sure. They're definitely big boys. So I thought that they were gonna hurt or like scare him in some way, shape, or form. No, like they're both terrified of Chip for sure. And I didn't necessarily want to name him Chip at first, but it's just like, it's what fits. He gets in trouble so much when you're like yelling at him to get down. Chip is just like the perfect name. We tried calling him Walker and Ranger, like the 2 little boys from that movie, but I don't know, they didn't really fit too well. But I was gonna say, I am smoking honey backwoods, and usually I get like the 5-pack, but I walked into my smoke shop today and I haven't been there in, I don't know, a long time, just because I don't smoke blunts all too often. I do every once in a while, but usually when I'm with people, not as much alone anymore, just because I used to smoke them 24/7 and needed to give myself a little bit of a break. But I pulled up to the smoke shop today and walked in there, and he was so excited to see me, and he's just like, oh my gosh, are you here for like honey backwoods? He always knows. And he turns around and like the expression on his face, he's like, Stella, I don't have any honey backwoods left. So he was like looking around, he's just like, I do have like the singles. If you want like a few of the singles, you can get like maybe a few, try a few, because like he knows just as well as I do, like one, if you get one, it's bound to be bad. Like it's bound to be dry or have a hole in it or something is wrong with it. So I ended up getting 2. And the one I unraveled, I mean, it's not that bad. It has like one big stem in it, but I can avoid that. Not a huge deal. But when I pulled up to the smoke shop today, I got there like 10 minutes early just because I went to Target first to get more coffee. And there was a line of like 100 people out the door. I was shook because my smoke shop doesn't open till 9. And I didn't realize that the whole time I was sitting there waiting for it to open and people were like lining up more and more and more and parking all around me. Keep in mind the smoke shop is in the middle of nowhere. Like no one comes over here. I go inside and ask him because I realized the line was not for the smoke shop. It was for some other random building. But he told me that they're having like a super sale. I don't know, I heard Target was doing some sort of super sales in some locations, and maybe that's what it is, but he said it's like discounted shit, like 70% off basically. I don't know, there were a lot of people lined up and fast too. Like that thing was not even open and there were at least 150 people there. I don't know, can't be me. I'm not one to like wait in lines. Like, don't worry, I love shopping, love all that stuff. But if I have to wait in a line that's longer than like 5 people, I don't need it that bad. I usually will not need it that bad at all. But anyway, this is the weed I'm smoking. It's face mints. I had a few options. I always end up smoking indica because it helps with my anxiety and kind of like back pain. I did cheer when I was younger, so I don't know, it definitely helps with all that. Definitely helps with sleeping too, puts me straight to bed. But some of the questions that I wrote down, I don't know, I was gonna do like a Q&A, but it ended up being just like me kind of rambling for a while, so far at least, while I'm rolling this. Okay, so I am from Minnesota originally, like Duluth, Minnesota, but I only lived there for, I think, like not even 2 years, and then I moved more south to Farmington, and I lived there for a long time, like I think until I was 8, and I loved Minnesota. It was so nice. I liked experiencing like the 4 seasons and everything. But then my dad's job got transferred out here to Arizona, so my whole family came out here. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of Arizona. I think that I don't do very well in the heat, to be honest. Sorry. But I love the cold. I like the lakes. I like being around, like, I loved being around family when I was little. I haven't really been around them as much lately, but hopefully that'll change soon. My mom moved out to Illinois, so it's pretty nice going out there to see her. It's very quiet, so it's very peaceful. But I'm going out there for Thanksgiving, so that should be pretty fun. She has my old dog from growing up. He's Pitbull. He's literally like the sweetest thing on this planet. But I also have 2 brothers, so they will both be coming with me. I am 20 and they are both like 2 years older and 2 years younger than me, so we're all 2 years apart. But okay, sorry, my phone just like cut out because of low battery. But I was going to tell the story of, just because I'm rolling a backwoods, so it kind of reminded me. I had a guy come over to my friend's house once to hang out with us just to see like what the vibe was. I'm not like very good at dating. I can be very socially awkward, and sometimes when I'm with my friend Stephanie, we can come off very intense to people just because we kind of say just like whatever the hell is on our minds, and a lot of the time not a lot of people like what we're saying. But he decided that he was gonna roll the blunt for us, and that always makes me nervous because I am like that person who is always down to roll the blunt. Like at any event, everyone always hands me the weed and the wrap and they say like, please can you roll this for us, because I am a perfectionist with it and it has to be like a very certain way, otherwise I don't know, it just doesn't smoke as nice, it doesn't stay wrapped, and there's always issues. So this guy said that he wanted to roll the blunt, and I wasn't gonna be that girl who's like, let me roll it, okay? Like, don't worry about it, let me roll it. Because a lot of the times they're nervous about a girl rolling the blunt because they don't think that they can do it right. I don't know why. But I already knew that there were gonna be issues when like, first, he pulls out the blinds and he gets a paper towel. And I'm sorry, but if you're smoking a blunt, you're smoking a blunt. Like it's the nicotine, the tobacco, everything that's in it, you're inhaling. So like, if you're not wanting to inhale that, smoke a joint. Like just like straight up smoke a joint. It's better for you. And if that's the reason that, basically what I'm getting at is he rinses his woods so that they have, I guess, no flavoring on them, which doesn't make any sense to me because if you're getting flavored woods, why would you rinse them and get all the flavoring off? Doesn't really make any sense to me. But as he's doing this, I'm like kind of giggling to myself and I'm like, all right, whatever, just like let him do his thing, let him do his thing. And then he pulls out this like huge joint roller. And I've smoked for a long time. So of course I'm like, what the hell are you doing with that? You know? If you're rolling a backwood, why do you have a massive joint roller out? That just does not make any sense. That's not gonna get you where you need it to be. And so he's sitting there and he asked for a plate on the balcony, so we give him a plate and he's rolling this, and me and my friend are looking at each other and it's literally taking at least 45 minutes for him to roll this blunt from beginning to end. So after he like gets to the end of like where we think he's done rolling it, he starts patching it with joint wraps. Every little hole that he has in it, he starts patching with joint wraps. And like, there shouldn't be a hole in it in the first place if you know how to roll. And so I'm like watching this from a distance. I'm watching his friend's looking at him. Like I can tell his friend's visibly like a little bit embarrassed for what is going on here and how long this is like literally taking. And so finally he puts the blunt down and he like looks at it for a second and he goes, that's just not gonna work. Cracks it, throws the whole thing and starts over basically and starts to roll this new one. And he's on the phone this whole entire time. Who knows what he's even doing? Like literally talking shit on the phone this whole ass time. I'm already done. So as he's literally taking his sweet ass time, I finally offer, I'm like, can I just roll the blunt? Like, you go finish your phone call. Like, I'll roll the blunt. It won't take me very long. Like, give me one shot. I will roll this for us. And so he says yes. Hold on, I'm gonna crack my window. And he goes inside to finish his call and leaves me out there with his friend. So his friend's sitting there and he's just like, okay, like, do you mind rolling this for us? Like, blah, blah, blah. Of course I start rolling it and grind up the weed, finish it within like 5 minutes. And he looks at me and he's just like, you need to teach him to roll. Because if you're pulling out a joint roll and you're trying to roll a backwood with that, and you're trying to preach to me that like that's gonna get you from point A to point B, no, and I know that. So I rolled the blunt, we sparked it, all in well, didn't see him again. Moral of the story. But back to this like Q&A, because I guess I really haven't actually done much of that. I've kind of just been rambling this whole video, which I don't know, I kind of guess that was the point for me to start getting comfortable on camera. I know I want to make more of these in the future. So Melina Cohen's kind of gave me the idea to do like a smoke with me. I know it's not huge like on TikTok. You can't like smoke on there and shit. But here it like, I don't know, it gives me something else to focus on instead of just the camera. But I don't know. I wanted to do like a little Q&A. I know she's done a few in the past, so might as well try it. I moved out here when I was 8 to Arizona. And I don't know, I can't say I love it. I don't think that I will live here forever, that is for sure. But great place to start, I guess. I am 20 years old, but I have my medical card, which is why like you see me smoking. I mainly do like DoorDash for work. I have for a long time now. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I am not very good at being on like a schedule. Like I can never work a 9-to-5 job. That's just not me, not my personality nearly at all. But I just recently started doing nails, so I love that. I am very artsy and like love painting and drawing and anything like that. I want to go to school for, I don't know that I necessarily want to go to school for nails, but I know I want to go to school for lashes, whether it's just like a lash training course or like the full esthetician school. Either one could be kind of fun. But I've literally had my nails and lashes done like every day since I was 16. I love that shit. If I could constantly have one thing every single day, like not every single day, but if I could like pamper myself once a month, I would definitely need to get my nails and my lashes done. Like easily my favorite thing to go and self-care with. So my new favorite thing recently, kind of like a random just fact, but I've been loving these Colleen Hoover books. I'm only on my 3rd one, but I started with the book Too Late. And I don't know if that was just like one of her most like sexy, intimate novels that she wrote, but I was kind of excited for all of them to be like that. Maybe I just picked like one of the best to start with, which bad on me. But Too Late was so good. And then the next one I read was All Your Perfects, and that one was very sad. Like extremely sad. I cried multiple times during that book, and I don't know why it felt like a little bit of more of a chore for me to finish. I just think the plot might have been a little too slow for me, but I'm kind of excited to read this next one. I can't exactly remember what it's called, but I know that the sequel, I think, just came out to it literally like 2 days ago, so at least I have that to look forward to if I end up liking with this one. But another thing that I love that I need to get more into is like clothes and fashion. I feel like I have a lot of clothes, but I never fully go out of my way to put outfits together for myself. I always just end up throwing on like a hoodie and shorts, which like I know I can do better. I don't need to be doing that. So I need to be taking advantage of all the outfits and clothes that I bought for myself and need to go and take some pictures in them and actually spice up my Instagram, because I am also very bad with Instagram. But another fun fact, I have, I think, 40 tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 16 and I've always been obsessed with it. I wasn't allowed to get tattoos after I was 16. I was only allowed to get the one for my birthday with my mom. And then I decided to be the stupid rebel child that I was and went to some random person's apartment and get tattoos for myself. And they looked so trashy and so bad for the longest time until I could get them covered. My first tattoo that I got was an angel wing on my finger, and it was with one of my best friends at the time. And she literally, we were already mad because he tattooed them backwards. Like, so when you put them together, they're supposed to like form the angel wings. He tattooed them backwards, and there were two different sizes. Like, one was way smaller than the other one. And then he started to tattoo my side. And I was stupid and didn't know anything about tattoos at the time. So I let him like go for it, but basically he freehanded what was supposed to be flowers along my rib cage. And he got like halfway through and realized that he just was not doing a great job. And so he sent me home and he told me that I was gonna come back later this week and get it done. Well, he blocked me, and of course I never got that finished because, you know, don't trust a stranger in his apartment with a tattoo gun. But my stupid ass didn't think that was enough and trusted another friend to go to another apartment to get our angel wings fixed. So we tried to get those fixed, and we both almost passed out during that appointment because he pressed so fucking hard. He literally used a metal chair to put our fingers against to like tattoo the wings on. They were so blown out, so bad, and so I had to wait like 2 years for it to start fading even more to finally get it covered with this like huge handpiece, basically. But I do like it now. And I did finally get the one on my side covered, so it looks a lot better now, but I had to get like a huge piece to go over it because obviously when your side looks like a dying fish, you kind of have to figure out something big enough to cover that and dark enough to cover that. So that was a miserable session of me literally shaking in pain basically. But my worst tattoo by far probably had to have been my Achilles tendon, like not the Achilles tendon itself, but I have this one on my ankle and it hurt so bad, and the guy did not tell me that that was a painful ass spot to get tattooed, and I was sitting up straight and I literally had my leg resting on his for him to do this one, and I stood up after and straight up like fell back. That was not a great experience. I am not very good at needles, which is why it's so surprising that I have so many tattoos, and I'm fine with a lot of the ones that I do have because it takes a lot for me to sit through some of those. But it's like my lips. Like, okay, I got my lips done finally, and I've been wanting them for a long time. And I got a half syringe first. Well, okay, actually I got a lip flip first, which I highly recommend if you're like trying to get your lips done. Go get a lip flip first and see how you like that. And that kind of like shows a little bit of how like, not a half syringe would look, but it gives a little bit of oomph to your lips. But I got that first, and then I got my half syringe, and the lip flip I was fine with, but the half syringe, I almost passed out once again. So when I went back the second time to get another half syringe, so now I have a full syringe in my lips, I did perfectly fine because she gave me like an ice pack that I was supposed to hold, and then this little like face vibrating thing that distracts you. So I didn't like notice the needle, I guess. But I don't know, it worked. Some other random facts are that I'm 5'2". I dye my hair probably every 6 months. I don't know why. I can't figure out what color I like best, what looks suitable. Right now I'm in the phase of trying to go blonde, but as you can tell, like I have this like red band in my hair from when I went like a dark violet, dark red. And it won't go away, and my hairdresser was so upset last time because we thought we got it out. We literally did everything we could. We were using like color correctors and it just like won't come out. So we're gonna try something new maybe in a week or two once my hair has healed a little bit more from that. And my phone just died. So I don't know, I guess I'm trying to get my hair to be blonde again, but I really just don't think that that's going to happen for me, very sadly. I don't know, I only have, I guess, a few more things that I can mention before I go. I've only been out of the country to Mexico, and I really want to go back again, so we're trying to go for my friend's birthday, but not really sure how that's gonna go. My favorite show at the moment is Dancing with the Stars, so if you're watching that, let me know how you're liking it. Random, but I moved out at 18, so I've been in this apartment for almost 2 years now, and I love it, but eventually I want a new place. I want somewhere with a balcony and with a little bit of a bigger closet, just because I don't feel like this is gonna last me much longer. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and try to film a little video, like getting to know me a little bit better and trying to get comfortable with the camera. But thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I will try to make more soon. Bye.